Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Grey Mouse stream. Tonight we are playing What Remains of Edith Finch. Without further ado, let's get into it. Hey everybody. There's no title screen for this game, so we're in the game already, and it's one of those. I've seen gameplay of this game, and I've heard amazing things about it, but I've actually never played it myself. I've heard that some parts of it can be devastating, and I'm known for being a little bit of a crybaby with games like that, so we'll see how we go. Hopefully we'll be okay, but I can never be certain. Just keeping an eye on the bitrate, because it looks bad.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Oh, and starting soon. Just gonna take this slow, see how we go with the resolution.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
If I gotta drop the resolution, I'll drop the resolution. Feel.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Surely the council would have reclaimed this place. If they were urgent.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh. Oh, okay, cool. My brain's too used to, like, the video game logic.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Damn this tiny space. Wait a second. Oh man, I mean it's a beautiful looking game. Oh. Like, for...
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Like, I'd love to live in a place like this. Maybe not with the potential curse that looms over it, of course. And
the
this
house
is
exactly like I remembered it.
It's a
the way
fucking dangerous looking house. Like, super fucking dangerous looking. Look at this fucking building. The fact that, I mean, the fact that many of the people who lived here weren't killed by the house itself astounds me in some capacity. Because look at it, there's a tree growing through it. There's a tree growing through it. They've built on the tree. As an Australian, that, you know, as an Australian with gum trees, that feels like a bad idea. And, like, I know of tree houses, yes, but even so. Just gonna fiddle a little bit with the graphics, because it feels like it's a little bit squiff. Just a bit squiffy. Does feel weird looking at it like this now. Because you can, yeah, you can visually tell when you drop the quality.
The house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I mean, yeah, it's... If you were afraid of heights, this house would suck for you. Like, this would be the worst place to grow up if you were afraid of heights. If you like the forest, though, you're laughing.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Yeah, the house is probably cursed. Or the people, at the very least. I've got, like, broad snippets of an understanding of this game. I've seen playthroughs of it, but I don't remember necessarily engaging with it. Oh, did I... That, I wasn't...
The doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I didn't necessarily intend to do that, but I guess I'm here now.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Can I can't leave back through it. Oh no. Just, I saw the doggy door and I was like, that's an entrance, surely. Oh, it's potting mix. I would have said if those were like potatoes, I would have been shocked if raccoons hadn't come in and just taken them all. There's a bit of wood still left on. Things left undone. I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised there's no mold. Like, no horrific amounts of mold in this place, too. Speaking as someone who
For the first time in years,
is very housing conscious now that I'm like, oh, I want to get myself a place to live. So I'm like I mean, if this place was for sale, even with the curse, I'd be curious to get it.
but instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Press up real close. Is Mum? Is that me? My brother. And Edie. Loving memory, Lewis. Things left out.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Yeah, because the curse and stuff.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
And that's, yeah.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Whew.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Yeah. Edie.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Again, surprised there is no mold. Nothing. No mold, no nothing.
Nothing in the house
House is in
looked
a beautiful
abnormal.
state.
There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank.
I love the fireplace. Feel like I'm doing like a house tour. How do y'all feel about pinned bugs and insect taxidermy? I mean, I don't dislike bugs, but I always find it a little bit unsettling and a little bit sad too. I'm not a huge fan of taxidermy. Just in that, you know, it's animals and insects being displayed. Hey, Gwendolyn, how you doing? We're playing What Remains of Edith Finch. And I must say, this game is beautiful. Like, a little stylistic, like the stylisticness of it is fascinating and really pays off.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Taxidermy is only acceptable for science, not for decorum. Yeah, I agree completely. I find it not only unsettling, but quite
Mom always told me
saddening
to stay out of the basement, so
to
I wasn't
see
too
stuff like that.
surprised when the key didn't fit.
I will admit though, my friend has a paper butterfly taxidermy, so it's not an actual butterfly, it's one made from paper, and it's gorgeous, and I like that. That's really lovely. And if it's done in an artistic way, then that's cool. I have no issue with that. I keep forgetting that I actually have to use the mouse to do things.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Grandpa Sven. Great Grandpa Sven. Hopefully there's no test, because I'm not going to be remembering these names. The company you work for celebrated the Christmas party at a restaurant which had a lot of taxidermied animals displayed next to the tables. Yum yum. Oh, yeah, that's disquieting for sure.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That's unsettling. Speaking of unsettling things, the family being buried under the library. I once went to
After Milton disappeared,
Oh.
Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
I
Then Edie
once...
retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Don't want to interrupt. I once went to what was it called? A trailer park that I was staying at that had a room that was just full of taxidermied animals when I was little, and I remember being quite distressed by it. I really disliked it. And I'm not vegetarian or anything like that, but
I spent a
do
lot of time
find
playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
stuff like that very distressing.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Uncle Walter. Finch as in family member or the bird?
Lewis told me there were
either
secret
or.
passages, but I never believed him.
Maybe it's both. Maybe we're looking at the family lives of birds that just think they're human.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh, but this I love. This, like, style of...
Now
Like,
it was time to find out what
I'd
my
love to
mom
do
had been
stuff like
afraid of.
this. One of the reasons why I want to get a place of my own, so I can make little,
From the
like,
paintings on the wall, it was
puzzle
clear my brother
boxes and
Milton had
puzzle
been here
rooms.
before me.
Milton knew shit, clearly, and seen stuff. Love the stained glass windows, they're gorgeous. Been a vegetarian for 4 years now, and I don't think I could go back to eating meat, unless in case of an apocalyptic situation. That's very fair. I think
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
if I were to go vegetarian, which I've considered many, many times, I would probably then
I had no
only
idea what was behind
potentially
that door.
eat meat in an apocalypse. Like, I think if I were to go vegetarian, I'd go vegetarian 100%. Forever.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
And I am thinking about
I grew up
becoming
looking at
vegetarian,
Mommy's
but
room through the peephole.
I'd want to do it properly and
Molly's
make sure I'm
gerbil
not
had
just
a tiny bedroom
diving
with its
just
own
headlong
even tinier gerbil cage.
without knowing what I'm doing, essentially.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Because, yeah, we've only seen Molly's room from the outside. With all the veggie vegan alternatives, which are getting better, it's actually getting easier. Yeah, exactly. And I think now that I'm financially independent and stuff like that, there's never been a better time for it. And I'm working on meal prep stuff and things like that, so that my weeks are a lot easier. And I'm thinking eventually I'll just make the jump, but I'm learning. I'm learning as I go, I think, right now. I'm slowly weeding out meats and stuff. Oh. So Molly's the one who's been doing this horrible shit. Molly, you monster, look at this. That'd be such a dry starfish as well. Like, can you imagine this girl, hold on. Molly is... Where's Molly? There. So 1937 to 1947. And we're, I mean, in at least past 2010. So this would be such a dry starfish. It'd be so crispy. When I cook for myself, I mostly eat vegan now, but I'll make an exception for when I'm out with other people. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know if I'd go full vegan.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Because I
Before
love
my mom sealed the
eggs and
doors.
stuff. And I love making fried eggs. And I like cheese. I really like cheese. I mean, look at me. Hold on. Like, I like cheese. I'm not gonna... it's gonna be impossible for me to give up cheese. I just gotta say it right now, if it wasn't obvious. And I know there's vegan cheese. But I've had vegan cheese, and it's just not the same. Not yet. So once it is the same, maybe. But until that day, I need my cheese. Where am I? One day you want to own chickens so that I can have access to fair-handled eggs? Yes. That's one of the things about when I get my own like buy my own place. I want to get
1947.
I want to get chickens
Dear
because I've had
Diary,
chickens my
I'll
entire
be gone
life,
soon,
except for
but I
now,
wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen.
and so that I can get eggs
started
that
when
are
Mom
going to
sent me
be
to bed
from chickens
without
that have been
dinner.
treated well.
I woke up and I was starving, so I looked
What's
around
going on?
for
Sorry.
something to eat.
I'm Molly. Chihangi. Found some good vegan pizza cheese recently. It was always really sticky, but tastes very good. Oh, interesting. So, I'm Molly now.
I kept eating and eating.
Do y'all ever remember being a kid and being like,
I ate a lot of things that night.
and like just eating toothpaste? Because I was definitely one of those kids. I defo just ate toothpaste sometimes. Was that ketchup? I think that was toothpaste. I mean, then again, don't we all keep ketchup in the in the bathroom? Red toothpaste? Maybe. Maybe it was ketchup. Tomato sauce.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Ah, Molly. That's tragique.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late.
For the cravings at night. Ah, yeah, you're right. just keep like a little squeezy of like pizza sauce in my bathroom. Also, for a little girl to have her own bathroom like ensuite, that's fucking rad. And not only hamster,
The
oh,
gerbil food
gerbil.
was dry, but I didn't mind.
Ah, why would you eat that? It's right next to poop. And a fish.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. I thought about eating Christopher, but I
Why
held
would you
back.
eat Christopher?
Hello, it's
It
me,
was a
Christopher.
barn swallow going back to her nest.
I know. Ugh. Eat the poop too. Let me have a little nibble. You gonna eat the poop? Nope. She can't. She won't eat the poop. She can't just imagine it's chocolate. What about the starfish? No, wait. That would
I
create a
reached out
paradox
for
because I've seen it. I've seen it and it wasn't eaten or chewed on.
And suddenly,
Oh.
I was a cat.
Is it pebbles or chocolate chips in the cookie? Who knows? I'm my own worst enemy. Yeah. Yeah. Get back
I
here,
tried
bird.
to be quiet, but the bird was really
Yeah.
scared.
Get back here. Where'd you go? Get back here.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Or raisins. Ugh. Don't you just hate it when you bite into a cookie and it turns out to be raisins and not gerbil poop? Relatable. Get back here. I'm hungry.
I
Yeah.
jumped and I almost got her.
I'd throw a fit. Yeah. Where's my gerbil poop?
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Wait. Oh, this is nice. It's a frog. It's a ferg. Hello. Hello. I'm frog. 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 I mean, they are Swedish? Norwegian? Where you at, bird? Completely lost sight of it because I was looking at Ferg. Frog. Frogy.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
I'm gonna eat you.
I gobbled her.
Got him.
Suddenly, I was an owl.
Whoa!
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little
I hope nothing
nibbling
bad happens to
in
the
the
cat.
grass.
So do I. I'm in the air. Oh, an owl. This girl is a warg from Game of Thrones. I hear noises. Squee! I don't see anything. Back to the sky. Wabbit. It's Wabbit season.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
This is the immersion. The noises that I'm making just me. Oh,
I swallowed
that's
him up,
grim.
and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
No, poor Wabbit. It's Wabbit's not even rabbit pie. It was just raw rabbit. What'd you have for dinner last night, Molly? I had rabbit. Oh, like like fried and rabbit pie stew. No,
A mama rabbit.
raw.
Squee! Gonna get you. Gonna get you.
Rabbit and pebbles.
She
I
was
bet
almost
there'd
too
be a
big to
few
eat.
pebbles
I started
in the
choking,
aftertaste,
but I
I'm
couldn't
sure.
Stop eating.
Ooh, the heartbeat.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the fuck? Help! I'm trapped. Free me, beast.
Help! 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 Real dry.
What the heck? Hey, Gowie. We're playing What Remains of Edith Finch.
Help!
I'm a shark.
I rolled
Ah!
off a cliff and into the ocean.
Blush.
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Ooh. I am shark. Let me swim. Okay. Oh god, it's plane controls.
And we got a seal.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
I'm gonna get you.
Yum yum yum. Where'd he go? Oh, oh god. Where you at, seal? Eat the diver. Is there a diver? Is it the diver with the camera on my back?
I'll get him.
Where's that seal? Haven't blinked in like 3 minutes. That's how into this game I am.
Seal.
Let's go, seals. Nom. Have a munch.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Flippage. Oh, there.
I'm gonna get you.
Little seal. Yum 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 yum. Look away. If you love seals, look away.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
The fuck? I mean, I feel like it's... Oh. This Lovecraftian creature. I love it. Oh my
Now I
god.
was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Now it's a monster and I smelled people everywhere.
It's a bird. Yum yum yum.
This is my affirmation to never play this game yourself. Yo, tentacles though. Yo. I am a sea creature. Oh, that's horrible. I love it. That's so visceral and grim. I love it. I always heard about this game, but this wasn't what I thought it was in it. Oh yeah, it's taken a turn. I was a little girl like maybe 5 minutes ago.
I was big.
I was just a little hungry girl.
Quiet.
Yum yum yum. And now I'm real hungry. I really like, it's so horrible, but it's like I really love how I have no idea where I'm
wanted to
going.
Stop, but also I didn't.
But you just trust the tentacle to do its thing. Something, yeah, it's something like viscerally satisfying about the way this thing moves. No idea where I am. I can't see anything. Hold on.
Bonjour. Telegram. Bonjour. Yum, yum, yum.
Good just.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ah.
Is that your mouth too? That half of it was. That was me. Oh, and the music. Oh.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Something I had to have.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell
now I'm
went
just
into an
slithering.
old pipe.
The good smell. Something smells delicious. Yippee! Up and up I go. Oh, coming out of a toilet. It's weird but viscerally fun to like move as this
I
tentacle.
got closer and closer.
Wait a second. I recognize this room. This is Molly's room. Where's the hamster? I mean, gerbil. Gerbil. I can't get it. I can't move. Can I eat the pebbles now? Having a lot of trouble navigating. Maybe. Navigating as just a tentacle. Is this what it feels like to be actually short? I can't see anything above the counters. I don't think it's possible to eat the pebbles now. And you know I would. I love the taste of gerbil shit. I can't go up. Ooh, crayons. Yum, yum, yum.
All my stomach started growling,
All my stomachs. Oh, that's so horrible.
and suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh my fucking god, that's horrifying. Like, that's actually such a horrifying, like, but really good start to this game. Holy shit.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
What? No, like, I think the child should see a therapist. The kids, I mean, she should have, that's for sure. But she is dead. And I feel as though it was probably this guy who did it. All I know is tentacles. And eats a lot. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Yeah, that's fair.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
As someone who...
Well, when we adopted a stray
Don't wanna
kitten,
interrupt.
she was the one who named it Molly.
That's disturbing. Named after a relative who died mysteriously. She got Cthulhu'd. She did. She got real Cthulhu'd. Shadow over Innsmouthed. Molly ended up in its mouth. What a way to go. Oh yeah. I mean, that's definitely a way to go. Could you imagine like sitting there just reading a book and then your uncle just like walks past on this top like bit? It's not a veranda. It's nothing. This is literally nothing. It's not like a place to hang out or do anything. It's just a pathway, and you're just like sitting there, maybe eating like a Toblerone, and then your uncle's just walking past. He's like, "Hey," and then falls off and dies because this seems to be the trend for the family, is that they just don't. I mean, that's too normal of a death just to fall off. He'd like fall and get kicked by like a three-eyed goat. Horrible. Oh, it'd be horrible.
I spent a
yeah.
lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
This is Great Grandma Edie's room. So many bird cages. Lurpy. Hold on. How do I crouch? Rob. Purpley.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
You go through gloves a year? Every year you use your gloves to they're decayed. Flurpy? Is the family cursed or the place? I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's the family, Derpy, purely because the house is still here. I guess, but it could be the house. Burpy? Bob. That's a snake! That's a snake! What was it doing in a cage? I can't read that one. I'm gonna assume its name is something like Carmichael. That's Derpy. Burpy. Zerpy. Ooh. Derpy Jr. These cages are awfully small. Yeah, for birds, that's pretty cruel. That's pretty fucked up. Your great-grandma Edie seemed like a bit of a jerk, kind of. Ooh. Mole
Edie gave a
man.
big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Jesus. I mean, what a series of stories, right?
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long time.
You're Edith Jr., just like Derpy Jr.? As a decorum or for plants, it's fine, but animals? Yeah. Yeah, for animals, it's too small. This one, like, look at that. That's for Flurpy. No, even if they're budgies, like budgie, any bird. That's a lizard. Rob is a lizard. And fucking Bob is a snake. They shouldn't be in cages. This climate, terrible for reptiles. What are you doing keeping them in cages? No wonder they died. Home movies, y'all know what that means. No, what?
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Oh.
She could have, but she didn't.
Either sexy times or a girl crawling out of a well. Good point. Random junk, that's definitely sexy stuff. That's like a file on your computer saying definitely not porn. My friend Bigfoot, that's definitely porn. Come on. Conspiracy news, that's probably just what it is. Home movies, yeah, that's, I mean, suspicious. Weird America, the Finches. I thought that said the furries, and I'm like, that can't be correct.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Because of Little Old Forest Fire? She's one of those women. Not women, one of those people who is like, during bushfires, they're just like, nah, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna protect my house. It's like, don't. You're an idiot. Don't do it. Evacuate if you can. Also, yeah, this guy has probably died, Sven probably died like in the most normal way. who's just crushed by a slide. It's kind of weird, but it's like it was just an accident that waiting to happen. I'd rather burn myself. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
I mean, you would have like a very distorted sense of grief in that Louis died a week prior to them leaving, but she'd not necessarily moved on, but she'd come to terms with it, even though she's probably the longest living member of this family,
Her room
which
is
is
like
such a grim
museum.
thing. Grim, but also like, I guess what you would do to remain sane.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Okay, so the Finches have been famous for 500 years for their misfortune. So I think it's the family. The family is cursed.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse.
Family curse,
His
okay.
wife Ingeborg and their
Now we
newborn
know.
son, Johan.
Oh, that's grim.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Then again, I feel like, oh, let's escape this curse. Let's just bring the house on a boat? Are you crazy?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
I feel like 40-foot waves were the least of the like problems that you would have potentially sailing your fucking home to a new land. Tell me you're rich without telling me you're rich. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just ship my house.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Okay, so Sven wasn't in the family line, but he still suffered the curse. Oh wait, well his Ingeborg's wife suffered the fate of the curse as well, and she married into it. This is like the Wizard of Oz, but tragic. Yeah, I like this kind of tragic storytelling kind of stuff, but I'm really curious about like the genealogy of it, because
Odin
it seems
Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
yeah, because it feels like it doesn't discriminate against the family. Like, it doesn't have to be blood related. You can be married in and you'll die now. You'll die in a weird, tragic way.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
That's it. Free me, beast! Okay,
Whatever's
so
wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
yeah, 500 years. What happened? Did they, like, tell an old woman to fuck off? And she was just like, I'm gonna curse you forever, man. Toto, I believe we're not in Oslo anymore. Ooh! Who are you? Derpy? Burpy? I guess that's Sven and Edie. Why are there so many candles? Sorry, I really go through the whole like ADHD kind of thing where I'm just very quickly getting distracted by everything. The worker burb. The worker burb. A carpenter bird, if you will. Free me, beast! Let me go! How do I get out of this room? You better store those candles. The prices nowadays. Oh yeah, they go for a bunch. Oh, there's another door. It's okay. It's okay, we're not locked in this old woman's
Even in her
room.
90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
I mean, it's because I'm on low resolution. Hold on. I'm gonna fiddle with the graphics for a moment. Change the texture quality. Okay, now we can see it. If we go to bitrate issues, then I'll change it back. But I do actually want to be able to see some of the things. Oh no. Oh. The mother looks like Meryl Streep. She does. Sorry, just real visceral reaction to this horrific bathroom. Carpeted and pink. And it's that carpet that like you dig your toes in between and stuff, right? Frog. Where?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Frog. Oh, that's just like a frog.
It was
that's
a pretty
just a full-on
big
frog.
trace.
Yeah, this. Oh. So pink. I also think these are tacky. They're kind of cool, but I find them tacky. Like the national park posters, I find them a little bit meh. These intense bathrooms. Yeah, imagine getting out of bed in the morning and you haven't turned any of the lights on. Ooh, little shark. You haven't turned any of the lights on. And then you just walk into this room and are immediately blinded by pink. Horrible. Horrible. There's a secret in this bathroom. The secret is it was designed by a lunatic.
There's a secret
Your
in
grandma
this
has one that
bathroom.
is olive green. A bathroom? I like olive green. Olive green's a nice color.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
It's hidden in the... Oh. That's cool. I like the idea of an olive green bathroom. That's like tiled olive green. In the bathroom it doesn't look appealing. That's fair. Is it carpeted? I need to know. Calvin. So Calvin is the space boy. Okay. That's one win. Ooh, that is actually Kodak Gold 400. So I actually know that. We don't do that. Good. Good.
Sven
Do not
gave
carpet.
Sam an old camera he'd refurbished.
So Sam.
He never put it down.
Yeah. Good. Good that you don't carpet the bathroom. Okay, so Sam. Yeah, so I actually use this type of film myself. It's 35mm, it's 400, so 400 ISO. Only do that if you love mold. That makes perfect sense. I don't have a carpeted bathroom, but I do have mold. So I know, it's quite easy for my place to get mold. So I know that if I ever did have carpet, it would be gone in like a week. Milton, he's been here too. That Milton lad, he knows this house. This is an awful way to navigate. This part specifically, awful. You go from a bathroom to under a kid's desk. Imagine he's just sitting there. Oh, imagine, no, please, free me. Imagine he's just sitting there and swinging his feet and he just kicks you in the face. Accidentally kicks you in the... There are cigarettes in here. Oh, it's because Sam, I assume. Yeah, he grew up. He still continued to grow up here. Yeah. Okay, so this is Sam's part. That's terrible. There's no... Oh. Is that... Sorry, as in like... There should be a bridge here. Was it a see-through mirror? Oh, as in the one we climbed through? Oh. I don't know. Through the mirror glass. I mean, as a dark room, this is kind of cool too. Free me, beast! Oh, you climb up on the toilet too. Ugh. Oh. No, the mirror is just mirror. Not mirror, just white. I love wood houses, but imagine having woodworm or termites. Oh my god, yeah. That would be horrible. No, it's just a white canvas. It's polar bear in snow. Yeah, a wood house would be... There's so much to manage with a wood house. So no perverts. That's good. Yeah, that's a plus. No perverts, safe from them. Alright, Fort Calvin. Fort K... I almost said K-Bizzle. C-Bizzle.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin,
Okay, so Sam is
and that he
my
never talked
grandfather.
about him.
And Calvin is my great uncle, but never talked about him, so something happened. I mean, duh. Any guesses, right?
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Despite some of the interior design choices, I really like this house. This house is lovely. This house is fantastic. The only reason I'm so critical of it is because I'm envious, I think.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother
Broke
said
his
he'd
foot.
die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Ooh.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Be careful what you wish for, I guess, yeah.
Coming! But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
I'm a fly, baby.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if
Oh
the
hell
wind
no!
hadn't
Yeah,
been
no. This is stuff from my nightmares. This shit,
then maybe he'd still be here.
and I'm in control of it
But I
too.
doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
The way you say it is as if he made up his
That's what I
mind
want to
to
remember
die.
about my brother.
Like he wanted to be dead. Oh god, that roof is too fucking
The day
close.
he made up his
Too.
mind to fly. And he did.
Jesus Christ. So
Calvin's
that's
story
how
felt strangely
Calvin...
familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I just got tiny goosebumps. Me too. Ugh. That is... ugh. That was bloody horrible. That was... Oh. This family is jackass. This family, like, I know what you mean, but
After the
this
funeral,
family is full of
Evie brought
jackasses.
Calvin
Yeah.
back to the room.
They still made him live in... They still made Sam live in this part of the house with his dead brother's room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Okay, it answered my own question for me. I should have known. I should have known it was going to. I feel like it knows exactly what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, these doors are sealed, so the actual exit is here. Oh, that's adorable. It squeaked. It's just an adorable house full of tragedy. This house is just one big shrine. It is. It really do be like that. And I feel like a lot of this like fantastic puzzly woodworking is wasted on a bunch of people who are cursed to die. And when I
The
say that, it
passages
sounds
were a pretty
horrible.
tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Can you imagine, again, I'm doing this, like, can you imagine bit again. Can you imagine, like, you're just about to go upstairs to your room, and then you just see, like, your aunt staring at you through this little crescent moon. She's like, I'm putting Hot Pockets in the oven. You want any? And you're just like, Jesus Christ. Auntie. Of course. there's an exit there, but well, if you grew up around it, it wouldn't be weird. That's true. You'd be pretty used to it. Thomas Jefferson.
Edie's father Odin
Oh.
built the original house.
Yeah, that's in the ocean, so that means nothing to me.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara Finch, the movie star. Love all those nooks and crannies. Yeah, it would be nice. Barbara's the next one we're gonna learn about. Wait, is this like the wine? The wine like container, the little bar, you can crawl through it. I swear, if I was a kid and you could crawl through the little like mini bar, I probably would have and knocked a vino or two.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Barbara. And like, do you know Hastur from the Cthulhu multiverse? I do not. I have a fairly vague knowledge of the Lovecraftian kind of pantheon, if you will. I have an annotated book on Lovecraft, but I haven't read through all of it because it's huge. It's like 2 phone books large. But I should do, because I find that kind of storytelling and that kind of world building really fascinating. Also, I was going to say...
I thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
I was going to say, they gave Molly, the little girl, a room with like her own bathroom, and then Barbara, the movie star, gets a corridor with no bathroom. It's wild. I recently got a book about the King in Yellow, and I'm really excited to read it. Ooh, I know about the King in Yellow. That does sound exciting. I bet that'll be really good too. Oh, I assume that's just like the texturing, but it's probably also horrific mold. Barb Street.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale.
Birthday pizza, but instead of 4 cheese, it's 4 molds. Well, doesn't mold make cheese taste even better? Blue cheese pizza, but it used to be just cheddar.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Barbara. Now at 16,
Not if it's black mold, that's true. That's the one kind of mold that doesn't make pizza better. I mean, cheese better.
She'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Oh,
Getting
that actually
better.
startled me.
I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Yes,
Now that
Rick.
was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency
Jesus, this
room.
man is prone to
Barbara got stuck
injury. Why'd they
babysitting
let him
her
near
youngest brother, Walter.
carpentry?
Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight.
Hey,
Police
like
are
Killer
urging residents
Frequency.
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned.
20 minutes,
So Barbara
Jesus.
went to look for him.
After like 5, you'd be like, something's wrong. Surely.
She reached for the music box.
You're gonna wind it real fast.
As she wound the key, she
Da-dun,
listened for
da-dun,
Rick.
da-da-da-dun.
The house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Uh-oh. Played too many horror games to be scared anymore. Fear nothing.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr.
Hookman.
Colin Hamel, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
So, someone spilled red paint. Yeah, it's definitely paint. Sven is a builder, so it has to be paint. Oh, punching bag, nice. Hell yeah. It's gonna be the hook hand killer when I get him. Damn,
The
damn,
old
damn, damn.
fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Ah.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept
Yeah, fuck
something
that guy.
to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still.
She's not angry, just
when she fell
disappointed.
asleep
Yeah.
watching the late picture show. Hours later.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up.
Alright,
This
Walter,
is a
be
trick.
weird about it
Dead,
then.
Walter.
Okay. Ooh. Nice. Ooh. Egg swing chair, lovely. They look so uncomfortable. I could never lounge in a chair like that. Walter.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand.
Oh dear.
Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Uh-oh.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Yeah. Kick him, dick.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
We know there is. Surely this house is full of little secrets. There we go.
Take that! Take that!
That's gonna be hook hand killer.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Ah, it's Molly's room.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years.
Okay, so Molly is dead at this point. So someone made a comic about her death. Yeah, it looks like it, which feels really
But she sensed
like in
the
real
story
poor taste.
won't be over yet.
It's not over. Where's Walter? Where the hell is Walter? Oh, it took me a moment. Monetize that shit. Thanks, capitalism. Yeah. It's horrible. It's your fault, egg chair. Should have kept an eye on him. Thank goodness we got rid of that by the time we explored the house.
Was dying to speak to young Barbara.
Can't see anyone at the door. No. There's a killer on the loose. Oh.
She heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
What?
Oh dear.
Oh.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were,
It's
and
just
she
some dude.
realized what was about to happen.
Just some dude in the front.
She was
I mean, not anymore.
famous.
But there was some dude in the front at
Barbara
one point.
Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night.
Oh dear.
And little Walter,
The fuck?
hiding under his bed the whole time.
Oh, that shit would traumatize you forever.
But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real ear.
When stan culture goes too far. Yeah, I feel like a line must have been crossed there at some point. Surely. Maybe just a little bit. Oh. That's fucked up.
Edie told me
Several,
Barbara wanted
yeah.
this to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
What? Happy ending? She was fucking ripped apart or eaten. Just like Molly, except not by one monster, but several. That's not a happy ending, that's fucked up.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. 44 to 6 to 60. She was 16 years old. Yeah, that's pretty fucked. It's pretty grim. Wait, there's an extra upstairs. There is an upstairs further. Oh,
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
okay. Well, now we know. So
It's
Walter
funny.
was
All
her
those
brother.
times I played with
Yes.
the music box and never found the basement key.
And this was his room, but it's completely empty. So, retracing the steps, we go back to the basement. But, so that's almost all of the main house explored. And we know a good deal about the, I guess, extended family? Not extended family, the ancestors, I guess. Or the uncles and aunts that died quite young, which is pretty sad. Or most of them, at the very least. We're here looking. I feel like the next person we're going to learn about is Walter, because he was addressed in in that previous story. So this is Sven's dog food? Oh, sorry. Paint.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I mean, that's fair. Sven didn't seem very careful. Then again, we only know of 2 accidents. Grain glow. Nice.
Lekker.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Hmm.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
I wonder what's in the fridge.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
I'm sorry, what? There was... I can't see a fucking thing. Oh,
I
there we
remember
go.
asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
My
She said
God.
after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh God, this is fucking grim. Alvinos. Extra crispy. Walter went into the back rooms. Pea soup.
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Jiggly Farms. Concord grape jelly. Peanut butter. Kurakami. Oh, it's creamy. Can you guys tell I just can't read? I thought it was CRC Amy. Kurakami. No, it says creamy. I'm stupid, guys. Just don't even worry about it.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Doesn't look like an E, to be honest. Thank you for backing me up. Oh, well, at least he does his... Is that the toilet? He dries his dishes right next to the toilet. Also, that's a thin wall for a microwave. Also, there's not very much ventilation for that microwave. This place is a fucking death trap. So you got, I mean, all the spices, I'm sure. Trains. No, I'd spend like 5 minutes in here and I'd go crazy. This is horrible. This is a horrible way to live. Walter. My sweet baby. What are you doing, man?
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Fuck.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me
53.
sane.
Ugh. He looked much older, but
Having a
based
schedule,
on this,
living for today.
doesn't surprise me that he looked
I
a
always
lot
expected
older.
to be dead tomorrow.
Like by his picture, he had white hair. He
But
looked
if you wait long enough,
haggard.
you get used to anything.
The man didn't live well. He
Even a
just swallows
monster
it whole.
on the
What
other
a
side
guy.
of the door starts to feel normal.
Peach
Almost
King.
friendly.
I don't know if I should be saying Peach Guzzler on stream.
And then one day,
I've
everything
kept my
just
horrified face because I still feel horrified. Honestly.
stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired
He
of being
wants to
afraid.
compete with Timothée Chalamet. Yeah. Top tier Peach
It's been
Guzzler.
a week now, the longest in 30 years.
Oh, he's
I'm
got
done waiting.
Oh, yeah, an exercise bike. Why would you bother?
have
Just
to be.
atrophy.
Well, I still can.
Honestly, in a space like this, just. Oh, okay. So he brought the dishes out to dry. He didn't just leave them in the toilet. Yeah, honestly, if I was stuck in a place like this, I wouldn't exercise. I would just let myself atrophy, crawl around on my arms. I just let myself go crazy, and then the next person to come into my bunker would face the ire of my can opener. There's another basement? A basement within the basement.
I know it's out there somewhere.
This is where he keeps his award-winning peanut butter and Alvinos. Don't know why I assume the peaches are like a snack, and that he actually eats like regular
Whatever
meals
killed
as well.
Barbara and Molly.
Okay, so he believed that whatever killed Barbara and Molly were the same thing.
And Calvin.
And Calvin, I guess. But he... Oh dear. But he was hiding from it.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day.
The trash pit,
even if it kills me.
Just... Wasn't Aunt, like, Grandma Edie, like, bringing stuff down? Couldn't she just take a garbage bag?
I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month.
He
or a
was
single
ready.
Week.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with one new day.
One new day.
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh no. Oh, fuck.
Walter died when I was 6.
No.
I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
The light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. And that's how you immortalize him in the drawing. Weird, grim little man with peaches. Yeah, he's 50. Look at him. Walter, mate.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Removed the horrified face for a moment. No. I had more horror to feel.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
That's fair. I don't think you'd want that. I don't think most.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
I wouldn't wish that on my worst
I can only
enemy.
imagine what else she was hiding.
It is.
I
It's
don't want
rice.
to make the same mistakes she made.
Why are you keeping rice in what looks like a fairly musty, not musty, but damp looking space? This place must be damp.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
So dark. Okay, we're
Now
out.
that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2,
Watch out for those trains.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself
That's fair. I would be
and found out what happened to everyone else.
so existentially horrified
But now I'm worried the
if I knew that my
themselves might be
family
a
were
problem.
cursed.
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse. We
I
made
don't-
it real.
Like, I don't think I'd do what Walter did, but I would be constantly stressed. Oh, okay. So I was about to ask, like, the train came through here somehow? I mean, it's eroded a lot. If that's the case. Because I wouldn't trust a train to go through that thin of a...
I don't know if I should
cliffside.
even be writing this.
If it was Thomas the flying... It was Thomas the flying tank engine. It must have been.
Maybe you'd be better
Murderous
if all this
tank
just
engine,
died with
that's
me.
for sure. Hunting Walter for all those years. And he finally went out of hiding.
But
He's
I
like,
thought
I got
should
you
know
now.
about your family.
I don't need tracks no more. I'm gonna get ya.
And the history you're a part of.
Hey kid, you're cursed. You're gonna die. And it may not be like agonizing and horrible, but it may be weird. I mean, it will almost certainly be weird. This looming
Though to be
presence.
honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I don't... To me, I don't think that matters if they believed it or not. It's a... At this point, it's a pattern. It's that the family kept dying. And like early in their lives, not Walter. Walter was 50. Which isn't like unnecessarily normal time, but still like... It's not 16. Or however old Molly and Calvin
When
were.
you look at the house, had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
Yeah,
Any of it
madness,
seems possible.
to say the least. Though it's like the fun eccentric, like most of it is the fun eccentric. Walter is, that's a depressing kind of eccentric, but a lot of like creative and talented people, I've been giving him a lot of shit, but Sven made a fascinating house.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
You'd have to. Gallows humor.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting a house?
Yeah, exactly. Though also, you couldn't have picked a better location. Like, this place is beautiful. It's a beautiful
It's
spot.
embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
I mean, yeah.
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
What does that mean? Oliver, Bob, Shadow, Christopher. What was Christopher? Oh, Christopher. Oh no, Christopher. And they have a pet cemetery. Yeah. Shatsy. Burpy Chirpy, the gang, Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, Zoe, an unnamed rabbit and an unnamed fish. A frog? It's Frog! He's Frog friend. Hello, friend. Shatsy means darling. Oh, that's nice. We don't know the frog's name? I mean, clearly whoever buried him and I guess owned him loved him or her. But we'll never get to know their name. It's Frog. It can only be Frog, then, to us, right?
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Okay. Molly. 1937 to 1947. Oh, she was 10. We get to name them. Yay! I name the frog. I feel that frog, we love a frog. We love a frog name. I'm gonna name him what I name most of the frogs I know in my life. Corbus. Corbus. Corbus Frug. Calvin. 1950 to 1961, so he was 11. Sven. 1915 to 1964. Praise be to Corbus. 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 It's a good name. Weird, but good. He was 50... I'm not good at maths. Edie, I'm not even gonna do the maths on that one. Walter, he was 50. Barbara, 16.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but
I mean,
for Edie, the past never went away.
that is fun. Like, and also, again, Scandinavian culture is one that doesn't turn its nose up at death. You know, you've got...
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
You can say what you will about Midsummer, but the Antistup is a very fascinating look
Edie's
into...
side was always easier for me to understand.
Is a very fascinating look into Scandinavian and like Finnish and Norwegian perspectives on death, and that death was just another thing. It was just another aspect of life, and it wasn't this terrifying thing that some
Edie said she
people
dreamed
see it
about
as
the old
sometimes.
house every night.
Who is that? Who's that buoy? Who is that helping? Because you can't see it from the sea because the house is blocking it. So a boat would just be like, oh shit, I've just gone straight through a house. There's a living room in the poop deck. I don't know much about Scandinavian culture. I'll look more into it at some point. It's fascinating. It's like deeply fascinating. So for my comic, I've done a lot of research into Finnish folklore. And that's why I know these little things about it. The things that I do know about Scandinavian beliefs.
The older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
And customs. It's because I'm using a lot of it as inspiration for the comic. And there are certain things like...
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Their depiction of like illness and plagues and things like that, known as these visages of elderly women and feeble old crones, known as the pesta, which was a spirit of pestilence, essentially. And that's from what I've seen and what I can conclude where we get the term pestilence and pest from, is from that, you know, pesta, the like depiction or the spirit of pestilence. Milton doesn't say death, but he was on the missing persons posters, wasn't he? Sanjay
She
Kumar.
lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried
And
so hard
Lewis.
to protect us.
He's grim. 2010, 1988. Lewis. His little crown. Don't know. Thanks to the Vikings, I know...
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now.
I now have...
Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday.
now have
find
cats
everything out
because
for
they
myself.
liked the cats and brought them home for their families. That's lovely. I like that. That's a moldy ladder. That ladder is moldy as fuck. I shouldn't be climbing it while pregnant. But I am. So, yippee. How long is... I feel like we've made like a fair amount of progress through this game, so I feel like we may as well just finish it tonight and
But
then we'll
looking
play
back on it
something
now-
else next week. Right? I don't feel like this is a very long game.
If she told me
It's
there was going to be
fascinating,
so much climbing,
I
I
wouldn't have
never
been
would have
pregnant.
come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yeah. That's a mistake on your part, Edie, or Edith. Yeah, this like... Oh, I guess that's like vine, and it's not mold. But yeah, I assume there's just a fuck ton of mold all over this house. I mean, based on the forest, surely there would be mold.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Sam, did you know that the Catholic Church was partly responsible for the high number of casualties during the Black Plague? Huh. Because they deemed cats evil beings and killed a lot of them, which meant the rats who carried the plague didn't have many natural enemies anymore. That is fascinating. I mean, now that you say it, it makes perfect sense. But I didn't even think about that. That the church would likely have done things like that in an attempt to stop evil, in quotation marks, from spreading, because they believed that the plague was a plague of evil and not, you know, a
They were
biological
pretty
thing.
intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said
didn't
he
know
got
that.
nervous being
That's
in front of the camera.
fascinating.
I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yes. We are all afraid of something. I like the bedroom. I mean, I don't like the taxidermy. We've established that. But I like the bedroom as a photographer.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
He went to war. He enlisted, yeah. Taxidermied cat, which I deeply dislike. Yeah, Christianity has some weird roots. Yeah. I do find, like, the historical tracking of Christianity very fascinating, because, you know, so much of it has foundations in paganism, and they took the stuff that they liked from paganism, and then to kind of turn people's eyes away from the fact that they stole a lot of that stuff from that, they deemed paganism as evil, or depicted paganism as evil. And so people who were faithful to Christianity didn't read too much into what paganism is. Yeah, exactly. Early plagiarism. Yeah, exactly. Copyright, like, before copyright laws existed, there was Christianity taking the shit they liked from other religions and then claiming that those religions were evil. That's not safe enough for a gun cabinet. Surely. What's that? Oh, walking stick. Those flares? No, that's wood. Oh, those are like duck calls. I was like, are those flares? Nope. I want to go back. I need to find out how Sam died. And I mean, the semi-human but clearly not human photos and stuff are very weird, but also kind of cool. Really interested in Earth-centered religions. Yeah. It is fascinating that people would, like, that religions like that originate somehow. I mean, they make sense, of course, but, like, that the Earth
Dawn,
is the center
I
of
promise.
everything, it
We'll
is
never forget this
strange
weekend.
and almost weirdly narcissistic.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Ah!
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Let me go. Free me beast. Ah, there we go. I understand.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole
Please, I'm
weekend, isn't it?
blinding myself. No. Ooh. Hold on. No, not that face. Makes much more sense to me that you worship the planet that gives you life instead of some supernatural being whose existence is debatable. Yeah.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Just blinding myself
Should not have drunk
constantly.
I'm just saying. I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious.
Blinding
Doesn't being out
math.
here make
Yeah.
you want to chill out?
Like the
To tell you
cat
the
when you
truth,
turn
I
the
haven't been out
turn
here
on
in
light
20
mode.
years.
Yeah. Hey Dad, I'm gonna take a picture of you. Ha ha ha.
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting
Why is
to
the
photograph?
flash so fucking bright, Dad? Why is Dad?
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Oh,
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
it's my daughter.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Yes, I'm so proud of you, my sweet, sweet daughter, who I'm raising to be a killer. It's gonna end up, what I remember most about this playthrough, just the bright flashing light and me
Do I
screaming.
have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Shoot it. Kill the fucking deer. Do it. Make Bambi an orphan.
Squared up. Great shot, Don.
Yes, my sweet summer child, kill that defenseless prey.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
I'm coming, baby.
Dad,
My
it's
girl.
twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just
Do it.
focus on the camera.
Do
Try not
it.
to Think about
Oh! Now she shoots the father. Oh.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most.
Oh no. Oh. Nature fights back. Oh yeah. Oh my god. My retinas. And now I get why he wears glasses. Not the deer thing, but the fact that his flash is so freaking strong. I was told this game would make me cry. I'm not cried yet, but I'm definitely like shocked. Shocked and horrified. I'm gonna
After
take a...
Sam
oh,
died, my mom and Edie got really close.
just having some
They
water,
both
guys.
lost
Don't
a lot.
mind me. You should hydrate as well. If you haven't hydrated already, do it. If we see an animal die, I might cry. Yeah, that deer seemed to survive, so that's why I'm okay. Can you imagine? Actually, this would be a beautiful spot to just sit and stargaze. Or if you had like a telescope, you just sit here and you look up at the stars. That'd be really lovely. And then your granddad Sven would come walking past in his underpants and a bandage over his hand because he'd accidentally cut more of his fingers off. But like, it would be a lovely spot. Finch control. Yeah, exactly. Calvin got it. Calvin had the same idea, right? Yeah, animal death makes you cry, but dude, getting kicked off the ledge made me laugh. Yeah, I mean, it is karma, isn't it? He was talking so much about surviving, you know, and being tough and stuff, and he gets pushed off the cliff by the deer that his daughter shot. Yesterday I watched this Insta reel about a cat who survived cancer thanks to a really caring owner that made me cry out of happiness. Oh yeah, any of those videos just make me bawl my eyes out. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, that shit makes me cry. The happiness stuff, yeah, or like a person finds this dog or cat on the side of the road and raises it as their own. I watched a video about a dog that was homeless. I don't know why I'm saying homeless, but the dog had no owner, and it was like one of those junkyard dogs, but it had basically just given up on life, and it was just lying there, and like the person who found the dog was like petting it, like pet its fur, and its fur was just falling out from stress, and the person took the dog in, and then they showed the video of the dog walking and running again after essentially giving up, and it made me cry, like genuinely cry, you know. Like that kind of stuff really just, it hits me really hard. I'm currently outside and seeing the early flowers peek out of the ground. It's very refreshing. You love spring? Yeah, spring is great. I mean, it is a lovely feeling. Like once you're through winter, you get to see everything grow back. I know you reminded me of a video where the people had lost their dogs for multiple years and somehow they're reunited. That makes you cry so much. Oh yeah. I can't even mention Jurassic Park. You know that the Futurama episode about the dog that is Fry's friend. That I don't even want to like bring it up, but it's so tragically sad. So we've got Gregory. Uh-oh, it's a baby. This is a baby. Uh-oh. Divorce contract.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Frog.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Frogis.
It's Corbus. Oh, let the frog go.
Yippee! Way! Wow! Hello, I am Corbus.
Talking's over, Gregory. It's time to.
Oh.
Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
I know the one you mean. I realized it was
Sam, I
on
told you I
TV
don't wanna
recently
go
when
right
I
now.
just hear the song from another room. Couldn't see it, but it was making me sad still. Yeah, oh
I
yeah.
wonder what he saw.
Corbus. Hello, small child, young Gregory. I'm here to teach you of the curse of your family.
What his robe was like.
Not to worry, though. Hiya! Watch me backflip. Way! My friend, you're in great danger. my young friend Gregory. Way! You're in terrible danger. Whoa. Check out this sweet-ass backflip. Your family is cursed.
Trying to send you a warning, but I am a singing and dancing telegram. trying to warn you, but all I could do is send a dancing telegram. My friend, there's a murderer after you. Time to break it down. Oh. Saying this is so pleasant, and you go, your family's cursed. Yeah.
My friend, you're cursed. Gregory, you must be very careful. What?
It sure
Whee! Wow! It's a whale. We're having a whale of a time, aren't we, Gregory? Wah!
Don't even think about the curse. I like this part a lot.
Gregory! Your family is cursed. Oh, and I can't do this jumping puzzle because I'm an idiot. I'm a frog.
And one of my beardies started headbanging. Oh, I love to hear that.
Gregory! Gregory! I must warn you! Your family, your parents are getting a divorce! Wow! Don't touch the shampoo! Please!
That I worried about a baby being too happy. slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
Gregory!
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
You're going to be fine. Surprise, I'm still here. Gregory! I may not have water, but I still have the power. Gregory! Whee!
I wish you could have told us.
The party don't stop.
Woman ruins your
Not
fun.
the world he saw.
Party don't stop until Gregory is aware of the curse. But then safely in his bed. Ah!
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory.
Disobedience, yeah.
About everything.
Gregory, am I now Corbus? I mean, I still look like Gregory the baby, so. We are Frog. We are Frog baby. We have merged with Frog.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
But truly.
Gregory! We are one.
It's like Venom, but we've merged with Corbus.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Good luck, Kay.
My stupid sense of humor really clouded us from the grim reality that we were watching a kid, like a baby, die. Frog emote went. I'll do a frog emote. I'd love to do a frog emote. I actually have like a bunch of animated slots, so I might make an animated frog emote. It's just me screaming Gregory. Don't go down there, it's dark. It's probably also horror, like real slimy too. Oh, Gregory. Gregory and Corbus together forever. He's a sewer baby now. Hair clogs. Oh god, that that would be disgusting. Oh yeah. That's my mum, Dawn.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
Don't barf on stream. I'll try my best not to. Just thinking about hair clogs. Save it for an anniversary. Yeah. Do it on my streamiversary. Grey Mouse bombs on stream. No, I could just make that noise. At will.
A poem for Gus, who
Gus.
always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard. Before
Ooh.
the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Well, hey, guess what? This isn't the yard, this is the beach. I bet this is the family, like a family that thinks they own the beach. Just because their house is built near it. This is not your beach. I mean, actually, maybe it is. Maybe they own the land. It is their yard.
My father made him come,
Yeah,
of
good
course, but Gus stood far apart.
Good point, well
He
presented.
flew
You
his
got me.
kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
I was just saying stuff. They own the entire land, probably. Yeah, I mean, you would, though, wouldn't you? Now that I think about it, if you had, like, a little beach, you'd want it for yourself.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I remember.
Now everything is cursed. Yeah. Really, you don't want this land. Not anymore. Hey, I'm ruining your wedding. Ruining your wedding with my kite. Oh, stretch. Hold on, guys. Let's have a big stretch. Oh, stretch out your arms and your legs. If you've been sitting for a while, be sure to stand up and stretch about. Make sure your joints aren't feeling stiff. I don't need to be alone on it, yeah. I wouldn't want to be alone on a cursed island. I'd want some sort of curse fodder, you know, somebody else there who is less knowledgeable about curses. Just so that I'm not in danger of being super cursed. As long as people clean up after themselves and don't litter. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You don't want to go down to the beach that you own and then find just, you know, trash and poop. Spider Crab can be a good father. Spider Crab? Oh, I need to... Don't know. Where's... Father? Just don't marry that woman. That harlot.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yeah, defiant. To the end. Spider Crab Papa. Better than this Papa who got a new wife after Gregory's death. After a baby was
Panicked geese appeared and
deadified.
quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oop, storm. Look, they disappeared. See my kite, nerds? Deadified. Yeah. Baby, rendered deadified. Tragically not alive. Tragically not paying subscriptions anymore. Certainly won't be paying taxes. Wait! Pay attention to me! Father! Kite. Oh, there we go. Ooh! Shit! Someone's got to
The
clean
rain
up.
came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Somebody's got to clean up all the chairs and stuff afterwards. We don't want them just being left about.
The thunder
That's
sounded much
irresponsible.
too close and full
So
of
it is
anger.
the Wizard of Oz. It does.
All my father said
It's starting to get
"Make the
very
music
Wizard of
louder."
Oz. Oh, it's starting to be very Wizard of Oz. Catch a little old lady on a bike. Some young girl and a dog. The fact that it's what you said about Deadified no longer paying a subscription. Yeah, I mean, it's grim, yes. Oh no, I've killed my family. Oh no, the tent is gonna get me.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
Oh well, things happen.